Welcome to the Brain Health Hookup. I'm Laurel Myers Hurst, your resident groovologist, and I believe that better mental health needs to be fun. Here we talk about mental wellness, we explore the physical, emotional, and relational needs we have as humans with the science and practices that help our mental health to flourish. Plus, we dive into my signature method, groove therapy, that engages folks in groove-based music making to lift mood and lower inflammation and pain. I'm so glad you're here. So let's hit it.
Well.
Well, truly a deep subject.
If you've been a fan of this show or listened for a little while, you know that in my private practice of psychiatry and in my wellness clients, I always take a three-prong approach to feeling better. That is to reduce inflammation, to improve nervous system supportive nutrition, and to actually change the structures of the brain through neuromodulation to support people becoming well, for overcoming the symptoms that are so challenging. But just in case you needed one more reminder about the outrageous level of inflammation Americans are struggling with these days, do you know what the number one profitable drug was in the US in 2023? You might be guessing a GLP-1 drug or some type of a vaccine. No, the number one most profitable drug in the US in 2023 was methotrexate, a chemotherapy drug sometimes used or often used, maybe too often used, for reducing autoimmune sensitivity in humans. Methotrexate is a chemotherapy drug. It lowers the immune response. What does this mean long term? Because methotrexate lowers the immune response. It may lower inflammation, which is our kind of code word or our alternative term for immune response, but it also has the potential to leave things that need to be caught by your immune system undetected. When we downregulate inflammation or immune function, we can have things like irregular cells that our body would normally catch go on to proliferate, or infections and other viruses, bacterial infections, parasitic infections. All these things can proliferate because we're reducing immune sensitivity or the immune response. Here, white blood cells. Methotrexate grossed $26 billion in sales last year. So, if the immune system is taxed, white blood cells also of the brain are affected. Those brain cells are called astrocytes or microglia. They're white blood cells that are present only in the brain that are responsible for cleaning it. We've talked about how important lowering inflammation is, how important sleep is to shrinking the brain so those astrocytes and microglia can get washed around in the cerebral spinal fluid to find the places that your brain needs attention. When those microglia and astrocytes are overly reactive, meaning immune reactivity is high, inflammation is high, that can lead to problems in the brain like irritability and brain fog, mood problems, and even worse, up to and including serious mental illness. Well, that's why I invite you and everyone who can benefit to the Well-Tuned Woman. The Well-Tuned Woman is a 14 checkpoint overhaul for all the things that other providers either don't know or don't take the time to check related to inflammation, nervous system supportive nutrition, and changing the structures of the brain through modulation. Neuromodulation, that is. And I'm not talking about neuromodulation through extreme means like electroconvulsive therapy or transcranial magnetic stimulation, although those things are very, very impactful for people in extreme distress. I'm talking about neuromodulation through things like bilateral movement, and primitive reflex integration. If you don't know anything about the benefits of those things, you need to be in the Well-Tuned Woman where you can experience them for yourself. This workshop series, The Well-Tuned Woman, is for people who feel like they've already tried everything and still feel exhausted, frustrated, and just not like themselves. Some of my clients have never felt well in their entire lives because of past painful experiences and a heritage of chronic disease that's sometimes passed through their family line, but they still know somehow that this is not how they were meant to be. They know they're created for more, and they're really focused on getting a handle on out of control inflammation. If you've never had tests done, like blood work, they're specifically aimed at measuring inflammation. That's certainly a starting point. That's an easy, not just an easy measurement, but a fairly easy fix. Just a two-prong fix, a particular amino acid complex and a particular way of eating can completely revolutionize your inflammation if you know, validated by tests, that that is the source of the problem. Maybe it's nutrition. There are 10 or 12 nutrients that are essential to your nervous system health, and maybe those haven't been checked. That's an easy win. And many times it's not a process of taking 10 or 12 supplements if you find there is a deficiency or that they're not optimized. We can often combine support for those non-optimized nervous system nutrients through one supplement that does many different things. And then neuromodulation, that really the pièce de résistance of what I do, bringing especially drumming into your life, delivering on all the goodness of drumming for not only your nervous system health, but also your purpose, your insight, your communication, your belonging, your confidence, creativity, and security. So, if that sounds like something you want to welcome into your life, we are always taking admissions to the Well-Tuned Woman workshop series. And we have 2 or 3 special times a year when we get together in person with me personally to deliver this curriculum, accompanied by an amazing Lux retreat. If you'd like to know how to get into that program, see me in person for that Lux retreat, I would love to welcome you in, and you can find out more information in the show notes. We had a beautiful fall retreat in the hills and valleys of Ohio, a gorgeous place often called the Grand Canyon of Ohio. And we will be going to warmer climes when it's cold, to cooler elevations when it is warm, and even internationally in coming months to see things that will help you feast your eyes and your ears and your taste buds on something completely new and beautiful, so that where the world and its pain might bring experiences that are painful into you through your senses, we can redeem those senses through new experiences that are beautiful and nourishing and lead to your flourishing. And I look so much to sharing that with you in 2025 and beyond. That is the long and short of it, that inflammation is a buzzword. Autoimmune disease is the long-term outcome of elevated inflammation, and inflammation, which means an overregulation of immune cells, white blood cells, also affects the brain through the white blood cells of the brain called microglia and astrocytes. We need to get a handle on inflammation to have the best well-tuned nervous system possible. And it's really 3 easy steps. If you don't have a guide, I'd love to be that for you in the future so you can erase years or even decades of damage and feel your best self, to feel your true self in the future. You won't regret it. And remember, together we have everything we need.
Thank you for tuning into this episode of the Brain Health Hookup. I hope this episode radiates with the conviction that generating mental wellness needs to be fun and safe. We want you to find your power and understand your innate design to flourish in everything you do. And we hope that inspires you to come back and listen for more. I'd love for you to leave a review of this podcast, as it helps the show grow to reach more people who need to make mental wellness fun. You can find the leave a review button, as well as all the YouTube visuals, bonuses, and ways we can help to support you on our website, podcast.grooveforhealth.com. I appreciate you more than words can say. See you next time, and remember, together we have everything we need.